Scene script. Have you ever wondered how our world became so interconnected? It's a journey that began in the pre-modern era. Picture this. It's a time before the internet, before modern transportation, before our world became as small as it is today. This is the pre-modern world, a time when the first steps towards globalization were being taken. One of the key pathways that facilitated these initial stages of globalization was the Silk Route. This ancient network of trade routes connected the East and the West, from China all the way to the Mediterranean Sea. It was more than just a highway for goods like silk, spices, and precious metals. The Silk Route was also a conduit for ideas, religions, and cultures, fueling a rich exchange of knowledge and beliefs between civilizations that would shape our world for centuries to come. But trade and cultural exchange were only part of the story. The pre-modern world also saw significant advancements in technology and transportation that started to shrink the world. Innovations like the compass and the astrolabe revolutionized navigation, enabling explorers to chart new routes and discover new lands. The invention of the wheel and the domestication of animals made overland travel faster and more efficient, breaking down barriers and bringing distant places closer together. These developments laid the groundwork for the increasingly interconnected world we live in today. They sparked a process of globalization that would accelerate in the centuries to come, transforming the way we live, work, and interact with each other. From the bustling markets along the Silk Route to the seafaring voyages of exploration, the pre-modern world was a time of connections and exchanges that set the stage for the global world we know today. As we can see, the roots of our global world were planted in these early exchanges. Moving forward to the 19th century, the world witnessed significant changes. This era, spanning from 1815 to 1914, was a period of incredible transformation as the world began to take the shape we know today. During this time, the rise of industrialization dramatically altered the global landscape. The invention of the steam engine, the development of railroads, and the mechanization of textile production sparked a shift from manual labor to machine-based manufacturing. This industrial revolution, originating in Britain, soon spread across Europe and North America, marking a turning point in human history. Simultaneously, the 19th century saw the colonization of vast territories in Asia and Africa. European powers such as Britain, France, and the Netherlands, driven by their quest for wealth and resources, imposed their rule over these regions. This colonial expansion had a profound and often destructive impact on the economies and livelihoods of colonized people. Local industries were decimated, traditional practices were disrupted, and entire populations were subjugated, leaving a legacy that continues to resonate today. Alongside industrialization and colonization, the 19th century was marked by major shifts in political power. The old feudal systems were gradually replaced by modern state structures. The concept of nation-states emerged, fostering a new sense of national identity and patriotism. Democratic ideals took root, leading to movements for political reform and the expansion of suffrage. However, these changes were not without conflict, as the struggle for power often led to wars and revolutions. In the realms of culture and technology, this era was equally transformative. The spread of print media and the advent of photography revolutionized communication, while the works of thinkers and artists from this period continue to influence our understanding of the world. The 19th century laid the groundwork for the world as we know it today, setting the stage for a new global order. This era of transformation brought about unprecedented changes in economic, political, social, cultural, and technological areas, shaping the trajectory of human history in profound ways. The world was reshaped yet again by the tumultuous period between the two world wars. Let's dive into this era, a time of upheaval and change that left a profound impact on economies worldwide. Firstly, let's talk about the economic aftermath of the First World War. The war caused immense damage, not just in terms of lost lives and physical destruction, but also in the economic toll it took. Many European countries were left in debt, struggling to rebuild their economies. This led to an imbalance in the global economic order, with the United States emerging as a significant economic power, lending money to Europe for reconstruction efforts. However, this imbalance set the stage for the Great Depression in the 1930s. The boom of the 1920s, fueled by speculative investment and easy credit, came crashing down, leading to widespread unemployment and poverty. The United States, the new economic powerhouse, was hit hard, and the effects rippled across the globe. International trade plummeted as countries, desperate to protect their economies, imposed high tariffs and trade barriers. Yet amidst this turmoil, new economic theories and policies emerged. The British economist John Maynard Keynes argued that government intervention was necessary to manage economies and prevent future depressions. His ideas, controversial at the time, would go on to shape economic policy in many countries. The Second World War, while devastating in its own right, also had profound economic consequences. The war effort led to full employment and pulled the United States and other countries out of the Great Depression. However, it also further disrupted international trade and strained economies. The interwar years were a period of economic experimentation and change. The challenges of the Great Depression and the wars forced countries to rethink economic policies, shaping the world we live in today. It was a time marked by economic turmoil, but also by innovation and transformation. The interwar period was a time of upheaval and change affecting economies worldwide. These events served as a catalyst for change, pushing the world towards a new economic order. In the aftermath of the world wars, the world faced the monumental task of rebuilding. The devastation was widespread, economies were in ruins, and the global political landscape was forever altered. This was the dawn of the post-war era, a time of reconstruction, but also a time of significant change on multiple fronts. In the wake of this devastation, nations came together to form new organizations aimed at maintaining peace and promoting economic stability. One such organization was the United Nations, established to prevent future global conflicts. Its primary mission was to uphold international law, protect human rights, and promote social and economic progress. Alongside the United Nations, the World Bank was created with the specific goal of providing financial and technical assistance to developing countries. Its purpose was to reduce poverty by providing loans and offering advice and training in both the economic and social sectors. These organizations played a crucial role in shaping the post-war world. While these new structures were being created, another significant transformation was taking place: the process of decolonization. Colonized nations began to gain their independence, breaking free from the shackles of colonial rule. This was a critical juncture in world history, marking the end of old empires and the birth of new nations. The post-war era also witnessed the emergence of new economic powers. Countries like Japan and Germany, despite the immense devastation they had suffered during the wars, remarkably managed to rebuild their economies. They not only recovered but also emerged as major players in the global economic scene. In essence, the post-war era was a period of monumental change. It was a time when the world was reshaped by new political realities, economic transformations, and the relentless march of progress. The ruins of the past were cleared away to make room for the new, setting the stage for the modern global economy we know today. The post-war era was a time of reconstruction, setting the stage for the modern global economy. In our journey through history, we've seen how our world has been shaped and reshaped. We started off with the pre-modern world, where global interconnectedness was just beginning to take shape. Then, we moved into the transformative 19th century, from 1815 to 1914, a time when economic, political, social, cultural, and technological areas underwent profound changes. The interwar period saw significant upheavals in the economy, while the post-war era marked a time of rebuilding and restructuring of the world economy. Throughout this journey, we've seen the destructive impact of colonialism on the livelihoods of colonized people, explored the transformation of the world in terms of economy, politics, culture, and technology, and witnessed the evolution of globalization and its impact on the Indian economy. As we conclude, let's remember that understanding our past is crucial in navigating our present and future in this interconnected global world.